Hey everyone, how we doing? My name is Tim Pongres and this is Focus on Detailing. Today's video is going to be all about the business getting a new detailing package, which I believe is a little bit overdue. Let's talk ceramic coatings. People may be surprised when they hear about that my business doesn't actually offer a ceramic coating deal. I know how to apply them and have applied them before, but just not on a larger scale for my customers, but that is soon to change. It's time to step up the game, and a great way to start would be with CARPRO LITE. It's the more introductory level into your ceramic coatings. It offers all the usual attributes of a traditional ceramic coating that we're all used to. It is really easy to apply and is quite affordable. So I have my higher end coatings for customers that are in the know that want that next step up. But CARPRO LITE is going to be a perfect fit, that entry level, for customers that want that extra bit of protection on their car and want it looking amazing. I'll be going into more detail with CARPRO LITE during the actual coating process, so I may as well just get straight into it. This crystal white Subaru XV is what I'll be working on today. A great chance to bring it back to looking like new. The first steps involved prepping the car would obviously be having it cleaned. This involved a strip wash, removing the immediate light dust and helping to break down or at least loosen the more heavier stuck on grime. Once that was rinsed off, I went over the entire car using my new wash mitt from Wax It and the 2-bucket method, making sure I rinsed off the mitt as I went along to ensure I wasn't pushing any mess back onto the paintwork. It's preferred if you can use a car wash that's free of any waxes, as we are wanting the car to be completely stripped of all protectants before adding the coating later. Everything that's going to be done is to help the coating adhere to the surface better, and in turn will be lasting longer and looking better. Just remember the 6 P's. Proper preparation prevents piss poor performance. I then went on to give the car a chemical decontamination along with a claying. This will help to remove the more embedded mess that you can't always see, like the iron particles. They build up over time from just daily use, driving around. Again, we obviously want none of that, as the next stage will also benefit from a very clean and slick surface. As the car sits now, after these steps you can actually apply this coating, and in fact there's nothing stopping you from applying the longer lasting ones. But applying a coating to an unprotected surface is like placing a rug over a dirty floor. May cover up the mess, but you're not fooling anyone with the crap surface underneath. I went over the car purely doing a single stage correction to enhance gloss and remove the few light imperfections that were in the paintwork. I'm avoiding too much detail with the products I'm using, as it's not about them, it's all about CARPRO LITE. But if you do have any questions in relation to what I'm using, don't be scared to ask. Once the car had been corrected, I went over everything with an IPA spray. This made sure no polish residue was left behind, and is the final step before having the car get the ceramic coating treatment. So here comes the part we've all been waiting for. What comes in this $80 box is one 150ml of the precious liquid, 2 applicator pads, 1 MF towel and a face mask. I'll actually be using my own foam block and suede applicators from a different pack to apply it, simply as it's what I'm used to. I applied 10 or so drops to the suede MF applicator and then worked in a crisscross motion over a 60cm by 60cm space, give or take. This ensures that the area you're working on is evenly and properly coated. There is no waiting time, so as soon as you finish you can buff it off. You may even feel that it might start to get a little grippy, which just means that you're likely working it for too long or the area you're working on is too large. Once moving on to the next space, it doesn't hurt to overlap where you had originally been to again ensure an even coating. When it came to buffing off, it was a breeze. Left a super slick shiny finish with no sticky excess at all. Great thing about this is not only could it be applied to the paintwork, but it could also be applied to the plastics, lights and glass, but just not the windscreen. It was a slow process but kind of therapeutic as I worked across the rest of the car. I was keen to see how it would actually be looking once I brought it out and it was completely covered. The XV was now completely covered, but to avoid any water spots and to add further gloss and add to the hydrophobic abilities, I added a layer of CARPRO Reload after an hour of the coating resting on the paintwork. It's been stated to wait at least 4 hours before exposing the coating to any water, so that's exactly what I did. This was the end results.
The car was left gleaming, felt really slick to the touch, and the chances of light scratches has decreased dramatically, and you have the confidence in knowing that it will be staying like that for months, if looked after properly. It's been stated to actually last not only just 1 or 2 months, but upwards of 6. This coating is kind of the middleman between your spray-on coatings and higher-end C-quartz for people that want an easygoing introduction to ceramic coatings, while still getting the usual top-end benefits such as the hydrophobic abilities, UV protections, and high gloss levels. Now during the days that went past, it did cop a day of rain and then later a day of dust because, you know, Mildura. This was a great chance though to show how easy it was to keep your car clean once it had this kind of protection. As soon as the water hit the surface, it ran off in straight sheets or tight beads, depending on how the water was dispersed from the hose. This then brought the loose dirt along with it. It makes your car not only easier to clean, but safer too, as contaminants will be having a harder time sticking to your car, which then reduces the amount of time spent cleaning them off. And the less time you're wiping down your car, the less chance of adding swirls and light scratches. My reviews are usually short, sharp and sweet, and I do my best to get my point across, but if you are after a really in-depth how-to and review, then I'll be chucking Pan the Organizer's link to his video going over CARPRO Lite. This will be the exact same process I'll be adding to my detailing packages for my customers to watch, to give them a bit of a small insight into what they'll be getting. So that'll be it for this video, thank you all for watching, don't forget to check out some of my other videos and I'll catch you all later.